welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by again. You know, today we're going to talk about TSA Precheck and what you should do when you're going into the security line. So, you know, we all know that we need to do a lot of things when we go through the security line. So I wanted just to give you a couple of little tips that I've learned or seen along the way. The first thing is that when you go through security line, you should really have shoes that are easy to take on and off because you're going to have to take off your shoes. So that's one thing that would be really helpful, is to be able to take your shoes off and on pretty easily. You know, tennis shoes are a pain, but of course you can always put your shoes on and then go and sit and put your shoes, tie them on the other side. And if you're going to wear sandals, I would suggest bringing a pair of socks because you never know what that floor is like. Some TSA screening lines have linoleum or tile, some have carpet. It's hard to know, but I feel so uncomfortable walking barefoot on those things. So that's kind of a little tip, is to make sure that you bring your socks. That's helpful. The other thing is to make sure that your pockets are empty. So many times they keep telling us to make sure that our pockets are empty, and yet we have stuff in our pockets. So we want to make sure that we have our pockets emptied. The other thing is that we want to make sure that if we wear a belt, it's hard to remember all of these things, but if we wear a belt, make sure that there's hardly any metal. But if there is metal, then make sure you take your belt off, because that will ding. Now with liquids, you know, we can have those 3.4 ounces and we can keep it in a little quart-sized plastic container. But you want to make sure that they're easily accessible. So I've seen people actually, when they're in line, they're unzipping their suitcase and they're rummaging around for their liquids. Well, you know you're going to have to show your liquids. So you might as well, here's Nico, oh, he's here. You want to make sure that they're accessible. So whenever I have to go through the TSA Precheck line, the security line, and I usually don't do that here in the United States because I have TSA Precheck. But in another country, I don't. I make sure that I put all of my liquids in a bag and I put it in my carry-on purse so I could just take it out and show it, because it holds up the line and it just makes it go a lot smoother. But they also they know that hand sanitizer is super important, so they are also allowing a 12-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer that you can bring, but you need to put it in another screening container. And also, you know, if you have a baby, they allow for baby formula, they allow juice if you have a baby, and they also have special screening procedures for children 12 and under. So if you look like your child is 12 and under, they'll do a special screening procedure with them. And from what I read, they will like consult with you, or, you know, they usually leave their shoes on, I guess. But so also with medication, if you have medication, they'll also let you bring some liquid or gel or aerosol medication if it's more than 3.4 ounces, but it's best for it to be in its prescription container, and it'll be screened separately as well. And also you need to take out your computer out of your bag, and they need to screen your computer. And if you have a jacket or a light jacket, you'll need to take that off when you're going through screening. So if you have TSA Precheck like I do, you don't have to take out your liquids. You don't need to take off your shoes. I read that you don't have to take out your computer, but I haven't experienced that yet. I've always had to take out my laptop. And you can just walk through pretty easily, and it really speeds up the checkout process. Now, a lot of your credit cards might be able to reimburse you for TSA Precheck. They could reimburse you either by giving you a statement credit, or you could use your reward points to pay it off. But it's a really great deal. It's like $85 for 5 years, and you get to really speed your way through, and you don't have to worry about your liquids, you don't have to worry about your shoes and walking on the dirty ground, and you can get through a lot faster. So I hope that these tips have been helpful. These are really great little tips to help you get through the airport faster. I think that finding little ways in which to make the whole travel process easier is always a good thing. And like I've said before, it's really important to make sure that you think ahead and just make sure that you have your liquids easily accessible, because you don't want to hold up the line. And another very important thing that we all need to remember, whether you're TSA Precheck or not, is don't bring your water bottle with you through the security line. That's something that you'll get held up and they'll take your bag. So always make sure that if you bring your water, to make sure that you dump it before you get in line, because otherwise, if you think you're going to remember, you might not remember. So I hope those tips have been helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It kind of helps grow this community as I share my tips and tricks, and I would love to know what you want me to talk about. So I'd love to hear your comments. It would really help me, and hopefully it'll help other people. So have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and ciao for now. Take care. Bye.